Hey guys, what's going on? Nido17 here. Welcome back to a Pokemon discussion video. So today we had some pretty awesome information. Like, to me, this was like one of the coolest, if not the best, Pokemon reveals ever, especially for a mythical Pokemon. Like, usually mythical Pokemon will only get announced usually like a movie or Koro. There's been basically a steady streamline of mythical Pokemon being revealed in the Pokemon games. This is freaking awesome. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show the video without getting copyrighted. I maybe can show some pictures and stuff, and I'll do that later on in the video. But basically what happened was they had Professor Willow, and then they had Professor Oak, and Professor Willow's out in the field, and he's got like his phone and everything, and it's a completely animated discussion between Professor Oak and Professor Willow from Pokemon Go. And they're talking about like this weird incidents they've seen with like Ditto randomly transforming into this weird Pokemon that he's never seen before. And then the end result being Professor Oak is like, oh wait, I've seen that Pokemon before. I've seen it in scriptures. So he sends Professor Willow a like script of, or like a I don't know, what do you call it, like a rock sketch, like an ancient sketch of the new mythical Pokemon. And it's really cool. It is by far, not only that part of it is cool, the video the Pokemon Company put out, but the fact that, accident or not, the fact that this Pokemon was already announced last week unofficially, it is amazing to me, because they basically generated hype for this thing and curiosity, and then put an exclamation point on top of it, and never clarifying whether or not it was an accident or not. They're not going to claim it as an accident now, and I'll tell you the exact reason why they're not going to. Where is the gotta be here somewhere. Anyways, this thing's trending like 34,000 tweets about this new Pokemon. So you're probably all wondering what the name of the Pokemon is and what it is, period. Well, this is the new Pokemon, Meltan. So I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's Meltan like Meltan, or if it's Melton, or I'm not going to call it Melton because I feel like I'm calling it Milton, and that's weird. So I'm going to call it Meltan. I don't think it has an official pronunciation. Feel free to go overboard with whatever you want. But it is a new species of Pokemon, and one that nobody has ever seen before. Has been discovered. This Pokemon is called Meltan, and as of now, it is quite the enigma, literally. Its category, it's a Hex Nut Pokemon. It's a Steel type. It's very small and doesn't weigh much at all, even though it is liquid steel. Most of Meltan's body is made from liquid metal, and its shape is very fluid. It can use its liquid arms and legs to corrode metal and absorb it into its own body. Kind of like, if you guys watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., kind of like some shit like that. Meltan generates electricity using the metal it absorbs from outside sources. It uses this electricity as an energy source and also an attack that can be fired from its eye. Clearly a curious Pokemon, Meltan is very expressive and shows an interest in all kinds of things. Mysterious Pokemon Go settings. Many reports. So this is what was going on last week. Last week there was some crazy stuff going on with Pokemon Go, and within the code of this, which is what somebody found, was the numbers 891, and it had this image of this Pokemon at the time when it didn't have its name. So people were like, oh, it's a Gen 8 Pokemon, it's Meltan, it's number 891, blah blah blah. And Joe Merritt kind of came into the rescue saying, look, its number, its 891 ID number, is not indicative of its Pokédex number. So this does not mean that 891 is its Pokédex number and this is a Gen 8 Pokemon. The fact that anyone thought this was a Gen 8 Pokemon is bizarre to me, because why would they have a current Gen 7 Pokemon come out in less than 2 months, and you think they're going to start marketing Gen 8? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So no way in hell is this ever a Gen 8 Pokemon. Never. But now we have actual confirmation that it seems like this was a plan all along. So last week we had these things, Meltans, we had Dittos popping up everywhere, transforming into them. When you would catch this thing, Meltan or Ditto would transform into Meltan, and we're like, why are Ditto transforming into this? I think even Kecleon and Chikorita were like becoming this thing. I don't know, it was really weird. Everything was becoming Meltan, and we're like, what the hell's going on? And so we finally got confirmation on what was going on today. In the trailer, which I cannot show due to copyright, you'll see that Professor Willow actually discusses what was happening last week. That's basically what he says. He runs through saying Ditto were transforming and we don't know what's going on. I've never seen this Pokemon before. Professor Oak, help. And then Professor Oak tells him what it is. So it seems like it's going to be an episodic type thing. It says at the end of the video to be continued. So there's probably going to be throughout October, because we don't have much time left, it's probably going to be multiple scenes leading up to the official release of this Pokemon. I don't think, as of right now, you can encounter the actual Meltan Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Because it says right here, many reports have come in about sightings of Ditto in Pokemon Go that have transformed into Meltan. The number of sightings has significantly decreased over the past few days, but it appears these Meltan are still appearing Meltan, so it's just still Ditto. Research is being conducted on these appearances of Meltan, but we have learned that Pokemon Go is somehow key to meeting this curious new Pokemon. And Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. We'll be sure to provide updates as we discover more. So like I said, throughout the episodic sequence we're going to see over the next few weeks, this Pokemon is going to be officially revealed, and I really hope it is not a freaking raid battle, because I have no one here to do raid battles with. I would never catch this thing. Like, people in my area do not come out and play Pokemon Go like that. We have to basically coordinate with this Facebook group to get people to do raid battles. Like, this isn't something we just do. And let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. This isn't something that we do here. It's not like this giant epidemic like it is other places. So I really hope it's not a raid battle. I hope that it's like a reward for field research. I hope that it's just like, once you've figured out and done enough research, you discover the Pokemon and there's a location, you catch it that way. Not only that, this thing does not seem to be like some giant amazing Pokemon you would raid battle. Like, imagine a giant Meltan on your screen and you're fighting it with a Mewtwo. Just saying, very weird. Very weird. So that's it. That's the new Pokemon. What I want to do is hop into what Joe Merrick had to say, because there's still some confusion going around and there definitely needs to be some clarification to that. So what I want to start with is where it says, he kind of put in quotations here, "No, Joe, it's a placeholder. No, Joe, it won't be in Let's Go." Stop. Thanks for the faith, guys. So he was saying all along it's not a placeholder, because, guys, it wouldn't have been a placeholder. They had a shiny model for it. Like, no. They're not going to generate shiny models for something that doesn't exist. It's not how it works. If you want to see my reasonings on why Meltan is a Gen 7 Pokemon, here they are. People are saying this is a Gen 8 Pokemon, mainly because of the 891 number that was attached to it last week. Like I said, that was an ID number to identify it, not its Pokédex number. So this is not a Generation 8 Pokemon at all, period, end of story. And then I advise you guys to go on here and look at the Reddit post here where Joe Merrick referenced his reasonings for that. He gave out a few right here. It's out in the main game before Gen 8 and after Gen 7. Assets indicate it, as I wrote on the Self Road. So go check that out. Here it is again. Meltan is not Pokemon 891. I want all YouTubers to see this. Oh my god, I wish this could have been a thing before all the YouTubers started posting 40 videos on this stupid thing, when we knew nothing about it, like at all, period. So I just wish, man, I just wish people would wait until we get some information on this thing. Like, seriously. Like, wait, because then all this confusion starts. People are saying, oh, it's Gen 8. Even people after today are still saying this is a Generation 8 Pokemon. Where they get this information from, I don't know. I don't know. It's not. So just please do your research, guys. Like, don't even just take it from me. Go to the official sources, Pokemon Company and Game Freak. Even Joe Merrick pretty much is 90% accurate with everything that he says. So my advice to everybody, when this kind of stuff happens and we're in the dark so much like we were last week, wait. Okay? This is why this is my first video. Stop! My dog's being dumb. This is why this is my first video. Because there was nothing for me to make a video about before. Because I didn't have any information for you guys. So, let's see. Did he say anything else that pertains to it? It's an interesting, the Japanese material clearly lists as mythical Pokemon, but I can't see any note of it in the English side. So in the English trailer, they already called it a mythical Pokemon. Professor Oak actually called it that. So Joe Merrick may not have seen that to that point. Let me see. So based on what we know from May 30th to now, with Let's Go, you can send a gift to Go. This gift is an unseen Pokemon, which is clearly Meltan. From there, something you do with Go can send Meltan back to Let's Go. Symbiotic relationship there. It is weird. That's a really weird way to do stuff. See, that's how you get people excited about Let's Go. While it seemed like a mistake at first, this was really clever marketing. Yeah, I actually said that yesterday. And, what is this for? Yeah. So actually, yesterday I posted this. This was probably around, I don't know what time it was, 7:48 Central Time. Got a feeling we'll get some news tomorrow or Wednesday. Your boy here was right. For the second straight time when it comes to news trailers. So guys, I have a very good sense and knowledge when it comes to marketing. So I'm not just guessing when it comes to this stuff. So please, you know, I'm not always going to be right, but I have a very, 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 very strong knowledge and feeling towards stuff like this. So it's pretty cool that I was able to nail those two. But the general consensus about the community seems to be very positive now. Initially, it was very negative, and there was people like, "Oh, this thing's ugly. Oh, it's freaking retarded. It looks like a ditto with a nut on its head." Well, it still does. But people were just finding any excuse they could to smash this new Pokemon, and now everyone's like, "Oh my god, I love it." It's like, Game Freak knows what they're doing. Pokemon Company knows what they're doing. They're geniuses. There's a reason why they're the #1 media franchise. Period. Okay, so it's not just coincidence. So when we get more information, I will be sure to cover it for you guys. But right now, that's really all that we have. That's officially confirmed for this new Pokemon, our new little friend Meltan. Like I said, go on the Pokemon Company's YouTube channel, look at the English version, and it will give you the entire information load and what to expect in the future for this new little Pokemon here. I think he's pretty cool. I don't think this is the final form. I do think there will be some variation of this thing. We'll wait and see. It is Let's Go. It's a very kiddish type game. It's a very premature game. So this may not be something they go super overboard with like Zygarde. So this may be it, but I don't know. I got a feeling that it's not. It's very basic. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's really all I wanted to cover, guys. This is all the information that we have. Once I get more, I will be sure to bring it to you guys. So thank you guys very much for watching. I missed you guys. I'll be continuing our Let's Play here. Hopefully this week. I'm planning to record sometime this week and get some episodes of that out for you guys. I just needed a break. So thank you guys very much for watching. I greatly appreciate everything. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description below. And let's continue to cover this Let's Go news and get excited for it. Thank you guys very much. I'm out. Deuces.